Okay, welcome back. Part 9 of our practice question series for all our returning viewers. Hope you've been studying hard. New viewers, new subscribers, welcome. I hope you enjoy this series. Check out our other videos. All our study materials can be found at our website or at one of these links, which I will put in the comments and descriptions below. If you do enjoy this video, like, subscribe. It helps me. I've got another video coming Friday. Other than that, let's get into it. All right, the x-axis in a line graph is also called, okay, so a simple terminology definition question. I stress it every time, right? Know your terms, know your definitions. The test becomes significantly easier, okay, especially something like this, where it is just a flat out definition question, okay? So what is the x-axis also called? Is it the abscissa, the ordinate, the vertical, or the variable? Last week we learned the y-axis is the ordinate, so that's out. Okay. The x-axis is horizontal. Okay. So it's not vertical. The y-axis is vertical. So that's out. And then variable. Okay. It's not on the x-axis or the y-axis. That's not what they call it. Okay. So the only answer we can have is the abscissa. All right. So simple memorization question. This question's come up before. All right. So just making you aware of the other names for the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, you have a huge project to complete for school, but text messages, Instagram, and TikTok on your phone are distracting you. You ask your significant other to bring you one piece of chocolate every 10 minutes you don't check your phone. What type of reinforcement schedule is this? Is this DRA, DRI, DRO, or VI-10? So, first thing we're doing when we look at differential reinforcement, okay, are we looking at two different behaviors where we're reinforcing one and putting one on extinction? Or are we looking at the absence of a behavior? Okay. Remember, DRA and DRI involve reinforcing one behavior, putting another on extinction, right? That is differential reinforcement. DRO involves reinforcing in the absence of a behavior, when a behavior is not happening. So, what are we doing here? We're reinforcing every 10 minutes you're not checking your phone. Okay. So, in the absence of you checking your phone, if you're not checking your phone, you're getting reinforced. Therefore, what does it have to be? It has to be DRO, right? So, no matter what you're doing, okay, if you're not checking your phone every 10 minutes, you're getting reinforced. Okay. So, why is it not VI-10? Well, VI-10 is variable, right? So if this was on average every 10 minutes, it'd be VI-10. But what is this? Okay. This is a fixed interval, right? Because 10 minutes is set. It's fixed. It doesn't change. Okay. If you go 10 minutes without checking your phone, you'll get reinforcement. That's a fixed time, okay, on a DRO schedule. Okay, a client finished their lunch. The RBT asks the client to throw away their trash. The client swipes the trash to the floor. The RBT picks up the trash and throws it away. In the future, the client swipes their trash. What happened? So, first things first, okay, what are we looking at? What is the behavior? So, the behavior is client swiping the trash to the floor. What is the antecedent? RBT asks the client to throw away trash. And the consequence is the RBT picks up the trash and throws it away. So now we know our behavior, okay? What happens? Well, in the future, the client swipes their trash. So what happened? The behavior increased, okay? It maintained. Therefore, we know it's reinforcement. Remember, when the behavior increases, it's reinforcement. When it decreases, it's punishment, okay? So it's a dead giveaway that if in the future they're swiping the trash, it's reinforcement. So we know it has to be A or B. So did something get added or does something get taken away? Is anything added in this scenario? Okay. No, nothing was added, right? This is the antecedent. This is the SD. Okay. But the consequence, which is the RBT picking up the trash and throwing it away, right, was a removal. And what happened, right? The demand was removed. Okay. So demand, behavior, consequence was removal of demand, which reinforced swiping. And in the future, the client swipes their trash. If we remove something and it's reinforced, what is it? It is negative reinforcement. Okay. Tricky question, but a good question. All right. You are working on manding with your client. Throughout the day, you observe situations where your client wants access to something. When this happens, you withhold the item until your client asks for it. What type of teaching is this? So, throughout the day, just as you're playing on break, eating lunch, whatever it is, you're just waiting for situations, okay, where you can reinforce and teach a skill. In this case, manding. So if you're not contriving situations, okay, if you're not sitting at the table doing trials and you're out in the natural environment waiting for situations to teach, what is that considered? Is it DTT? Well, no, because DTT, right, is what we just talked about. You're contriving it. There's trials. There's rapid reinforcement, rapid trials. Okay, clear beginning and an end. In this case, you're just walking around, okay, with the client very naturally, right, and just waiting for situations. So is it naturalistic? Yes, this is NET, natural environment training. Okay, incidental teaching, right? You're waiting for a situation to teach the skill and reinforce the skill in the natural environment. It's not task chaining. Okay, we're not teaching, okay, a chain of behavior, and it's not discrimination training because we are working on manding. Okay, so B, naturalistic. Your BCBA designs a token economy for your client. The reinforcement schedule is FR4. When should you deliver a token to the client? So, if we know our definitions, if we know our terms, if we're looking at the study guide, what is FR? Okay, fixed ratio 4. What does that mean? So we know F is fixed, okay? So it's constant, it's not changing, it's not an average. Ratio, we're looking at responses and not time. And then 4. So every 4 responses. So A, every 4 minutes. No, what would every 4 minutes be? Every 4 minutes would be FI4, a fixed interval. Okay. B, after 4 correct responses. Yeah, that looks pretty good, right? Fixed ratio, fixed response 4. After 4 correct responses, B looks good. C, after 4 correct responses on average. That's the key, right? What is on average? That means it's variable. That would be a VR4, okay? And then after every correct response, no, that's FR1, continuous. We have an FR4 after 4 correct responses, okay? Basic reinforcement schedule questions should be very simple, right? If you know what each stands for, if you know your VR, FR, FI, and VI, these questions should be very easy, okay? You are working with your BCBA and the client's parents to develop a treatment plan for a new client. The client is 13 years old with strong communication skills. Involving them in treatment planning process and the treatment planning process fulfills what? All right. So, high functioning client, good communication skills, working on new treatment, thinking about reinforcers, programs, all that. Involving the client, what are you doing? Okay. Is that a door relationship? Privacy, maintaining client dignity, supervision requirements. What are you fulfilling? Well, it's not a dual relationship. What's a dual relationship? It's when you have a professional and a personal relationship with your client. Okay, that's not going on in this scenario as far as we know. Privacy, are you protecting anyone's privacy here? No, it's just the team working together. Okay, nobody's privacy is being exposed. There's no threat to privacy. That's out. Maintaining client dignity. Yes, right? Client is 13 years old, right? So even though they have autism, okay, they are more than capable of being involved in what is going on in their life, right? They're who we're trying to help, right? They have the right to have a say in what we do with them, okay? They should be involved as much as possible, okay? Now, to an extent, right, they're not going to create the whole thing, right? They don't get full control, but their opinion matters, okay? And in order to give them dignity, right, that we allow for anyone, okay, disability or not, they should be involved in treatment planning as much as possible. So, If you get them involved with you and the parent and the BCBA, you are maintaining their dignity. D, supervision requirements. No, does not involve supervision or the requirements. So the answer here is maintaining client dignity, which is extremely important and something you should always strive to do. Okay, what are the 4 functions of behavior? I like to reiterate this question, it's very important. And this is the first thing you should learn. You should have this down pat, okay? 4 functions, what are they? You should already be saying them in your head. A, escape, attention, control, tangible. Which one is wrong here? Is escape, attention, control, or tangible? Well, we know control isn't a function, so A is out. B, escape, avoidance, automatic, tangible. What's wrong with B? Well, escape, avoidance fall under the same type of function, okay? So B is out. C, escape, automatic, tangible, anger. Okay, alarm bell should be going off. C is definitely wrong. Why? Because it has anger. Is anger a function? Can we measure and observe anger? No, right? C is out. So escape, automatic, tangible, attention. Has to be D. Know your functions. Okay, very, very important. Gloria is teaching a class of 5 students. She says, okay, class, take out your notebooks. The class takes out their notebooks. And Gloria says, good, now let's get started. What is the SD? All right, let's do our ABC, our antecedent behavior consequence. What is the antecedent? Is Gloria teaching a class of 5 students the antecedent? No, right? Okay. She says, okay, class, take out your notebooks, right? So that's our antecedent. Class takes out their notebooks. That's our behavior. Gloria says, good. Now let's get started. That's the consequence. So which one is the SD? Is it Gloria teaching the class? Is it take out your notebooks? Is it the class takes out their notebooks? Or is it good? Now let's get started. So what comes right before the behavior? All right. What signals reinforcement is available? What is the instruction? Okay, however you want to frame it for yourself to remember it, right? That's how we're looking at it. So our behavior is the class takes out their notebooks. The instruction was, okay, class, take out your notebooks. Therefore, the SD is B. Okay. So why is Gloria teaching the class, not the SD? Well, the behavior we're looking at is the class taking out their notebooks. Okay. So what evoked that behavior, right? What was the instruction? What signaled reinforcement was available? Gloria saying, okay, class, take out your notebooks, right? SD, response, consequence. Okay. So think A, B, C. What is my instruction? What signaling reinforcements available? What comes right before my behavior? All right, your best friend just found out their child was diagnosed with autism. You refer them to your company and request that you work on the case. You are assigned to the case and begin treatment. Have you violated any ethical considerations? So you're trying to do the right thing, trying to help out your best friend, okay? So you refer them to your company and you say, I want to be on the case because I want to provide treatment because I know I'll give the best treatment. Have you done anything wrong? A, yes, you aren't allowed to refer people you know to your company. That's not true, right? You can refer people to your company. That's totally allowed. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so you haven't done anything wrong in that sense. B, no, you haven't done anything unethical. Okay, well, let's read the rest of our answer choices. Let's see. No, it's your best friend. You know you will provide the best treatment. So maybe that's true. Maybe it is your best friend and you will provide the best treatment. But what do we know about ethics and relationships with a client? Okay, where is the line and what is that called? It's a good D. Yes, this is a dual relationship. A different RBT should be assigned to the case. So what's the problem here, right? You've got a very personal relationship with this person, and now you're going to enter a professional relationship. And if those two mix, that is a dual relationship, okay? And you can't have those because it violates our ethical considerations, okay? So you are allowed to refer them to your company. You just cannot be involved in the case, okay? Even if you will provide the best treatment, and you know you will, you still can't be on the case because it's a dual relationship. Every 7 minutes, Tiffany will start to cry. When Tiffany starts to cry, mom comforts her. Your BCBA instructs you to provide Tiffany with reinforcement every 5 minutes for the next 2 weeks, no matter what. What type of reinforcement is this? All right, so interesting question here, right? Tiffany's crying, perceived function as attention. Every time she cries, mom comforts her. So every 7 minutes she cries. So every 5 minutes you're going to reinforce no matter what. Okay. So is this an FR5, non-contingent reinforcement, DRA, or VI5? Well, what do we know about FRs? Fixed ratio. Are we looking at a response or time here? We're looking at time, 5 minutes. So regardless, it can't be FR. A is wrong. B, non-contingent reinforcement. What is a contingency? An if-then statement. Is there any then? Is there any if-then? Okay. Your BCBA instructs you to provide Tiffany with reinforcement every 5 minutes, no matter what. There's no if, right? It's just every 5 minutes reinforce, regardless, right? No if, right? So it's not contingent on anything. Therefore, it's non-contingent. You're just delivering reinforcement on a schedule, no matter what. Non-contingent reinforcement. C, DRA. Okay, we're not looking at an alternative behavior here. There's no alternative here. Okay, so DRA is out. And then VI5, is it every 5 minutes on average? No, it's fixed interval 5. It's a fixed time. It's not on average. So it's not VI5. Therefore, it's non-contingent. No matter what, there's no contingency. Just every 5 minutes, you're going to reinforce. All right, that's it for today. Another video coming Friday. Remember, like, subscribe. Okay, check out our study materials. More videos coming every week. Appreciate the support. Keep working hard. Keep studying hard. Know your terms. Know your definitions. Okay, the test isn't that hard. Doesn't have to be. Okay, study hard. You're going to do fine. All right, see you next week.